thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
We making the so-called white man naked now, you know, and he's gonna be drunk with that once that slavery comes his way. Okay, but while we on that, you know, talking about making them naked, I'm gonna bring out an article. This is Wikipedia. Okay, and they have something in West Africa called Fort Judah. Okay, and Fort Judah, that's our people too. You know, that's in West Africa. You know, and that proves that our people ran in West Africa. You got Fort Judah, I believe. You got Fort Benjamin. Benjamin. I'm not sure about Levi, but I know you got those two forts. All right, which proves that our people ran in West Africa. Okay. And that's why, you know, that's why they always say, oh, our people came out of Africa. Yeah, they came out of West Africa running from the Romans, running from Roman persecution. Okay? But today, it says today it's called Wayada, okay? Which sounds close to Judah. Okay? Yahweh. Okay? It says, greatly contributing to the both of Portuguese and African slave trade. Won't we in the slave trade? So that proves that that's our people, all right? That's why a lot of our people come out of West Africa, okay? You know, the East, you got some of our people in East, South, and North, but predominantly West, okay? But that's where they fled to. And that's why they still got Fort Judah there. Fort Benjamin, okay? It says, shown below, the kingdom of Judah can clearly be seen in an area named the Slave Coast, where the Portuguese first set up their slave port in 1580, okay? It says, on today's modern maps, the place is called Ayota, which means Wida or Judah. Okay? So, you know, you brothers can look up on that, but that's just a little touching on that. Okay? You know, because that proves that the so-called white man the so-called white man knows you niggas don't read, man. He knows you niggas and Spicks don't read, man. Alright? The only thing you all can read is World Star, you know, BET, you know, dumb shit. He knows that's what you guys mind this program on. But he knows that you're not going to go deep into history to find out anything. Okay? He knows that the so-called Native Americans are not going to go into their history and find out that it was a rock in Louisiana, I believe, that had Paleo-Hebrew writing on it saying Yahweh. Alright? You know you so-called Native Americans aren't going to go into history and read how you all went around the fire saying Yahweh, Yahweh. They're not going to say that, man. Okay? They're not going to tell you so-called Taino Indians, okay, that name came from Port Rich, alright? And that word Taino means good, okay, good people, okay? The so-called white man ain't going to tell you that. Because, hey, the so-called Taino Indians were good people until the so-called white man ran his rabbit ass over there, all right, and started slaughtering them by the thousands, like he did the so-called Native American Indians over here, all right, just like he did the so-called Negroes and Negroes from that was taken from West Africa, okay. The so-called white man slaughtered all our people. Just like he did the Aztec nation, which is the so-called Mexicans, when he sent Cortez ass down there to take them down, all right, by using one of their women from their tribe to tell them that he come in peace. Matter of fact, get that in Psalms where he say his words were smoother than butter, all right? Because, hey man, the so-called white man, he didn't come to us, he didn't take us down like a man. He took us down in the most bitches way. He always attacked us when the men were gone. All right. When we were sleeping when we were hunting, all right, and the women and children were left there, all right, because the so-called white man used to send dogs to rip babies out of our women's stomach. And there's pictures of that happening to the so-called Native American women, the so-called Latino women, and the so-called Negro women. The so-called Negro babies were fed to alligators down there in Florida, okay? They even made pins. They even made pins and pencils out of that as mockery to you niggas, man. But see, they know you niggas ain't gonna go deep in history and find that out, man. All right? They know you niggas don't read. They know you niggas don't research nothing. All right? But guess what? These so-called white people gonna pay for that. All of our people that was slaughtered. All of our people that was slaughtered. Because America, right now, the ground we standing on is blood, sweat, and tears of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Because in reality, we built this bitch up. All right? But who's suffering in America? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The same people that built this place up. All right? But read that scripture.
This is Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant.
Read that again.
He hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him.
Yeah, we were at peace with the so-called white man. We wasn't always beefing with him. But what? Every time the so-called white man said he come in peace, all right, even in a wounded knee, when the wounded knee happened over there and the so-called Native Americans waved the white flag, they waved the white flag of surrender, what the so-called white man do? He still attacked them, all right? Because the so-called white man is a bitch, man, a bitch by nature, okay? Just like when we was in Rome, all right? The so-called white man couldn't even take Spartacus down in his small number of people, all right? Because Spartacus was a Jake, man. All right, Crixus was a Jake. All right, Ananias was a Jake. What was Crixus' woman's name? Or you don't remember? Crixus' woman was a Jake. She was a warrior, man. She was a bad mother effer, man. All right, and the so-called white man could not take them down, man. All right, the only reason the so-called white man took us down is because the Lord allowed it, man. But in brute force, this so-called white man couldn't do nothing with us. If all our people will rise up and come against this fucking devil, and the Lord would allow it, this so-called white man would get slaughtered in a matter of hours, man. But read.
He hath broken his covenant.
Yeah, he broke plenty of covenants. All right, he broke plenty of every treaty that was written to the so-called Native American Indians was broken. Every treaty that was written to our people was broken by the so-called white man. Every promise that the so-called white man said was broken. All right? And this fucking devil is gonna pay for that, man. All right? All you so-called white people that's walking around and you thinking that America's gonna continue another 100 years, all right? And that slavery is not coming to you. You got another fucking thing coming, man. All right? Because here we get into history, so we call all y'all about Yahweh Shai. You know, we're able to bring out history to our people, you know, to give them that remembrance. I don't know if you can find that after you finish reading that, but the Lord said, never trust thy enemy. I believe that's in, I think that's in Ezra. I think that's in First Ezra, the first chapter. Okay, Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Then after that get finish that scripture. Then after that get Salat my brain. Just read that. I'm gonna try to remember the other one.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yeah, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter. When the so-called white man came down on the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, he didn't just come up to them and say, oh, we're gonna kill you. He didn't say that. He didn't say, oh, we're gonna attack you. Oh, let's just attack them. He came up and he did the bitch move. He said, oh, we come in peace. Oh, we're not gonna do anything. You know, we just come, you know, to make treaties with you guys. You know, they tried to say that the so-called Native American Indians were savages, which they wasn't, all right? Because their history there's history that proves that the so-called so-called Native American Indians had a government system. They had order. They had buildings. All right. They didn't just come over here and you just saw trees and shit like they show in the movies. All right. But see, that's part of that lie to try to show that they were savages, like the so-called white man tried to show that in movies. The so-called white man tries to show in movies that, oh, you know, when he came over here, he made everything better. You know, he made the so-called Native American Indians civilized. That's what he tries to pretend. But in reality, when he brought his red ass over here, all right, he just made the land start suffering, which is why he had to create genetically modified organisms, all right, due to the curse that was given to him. I believe it was in Genesis 7th chapter, when he was cursed by Lord and stuff. I think that's in Genesis 2nd chapter. Yeah, Con, if you could get it, you know, just to bring up history, you know, because this so-called white man, he has to curse on him. He can't grow fruits. Why do you think he had to create genetically modified organisms, man? That's that curse that was given on him. If you got it, read it. Huh? Okay, come on. You know, because, hey man, you know, the so-called white man has a curse on him. He has to spray fertilizer, he has to spray all this unnecessary stuff just to grow some fruits, man. Just to grow some vegetables. And over there in the islands, what our people do? I'm pretty sure, because I believe this brother's Benjamite, I'm pretty sure you've heard some of the stories of your family seeing how big the bananas are over there, how they got, the bananas over there got seeds in it. We can't even see the seeds in our bananas, all right, because they all GMO'd out. I believe bananas have some of the highest radiation out of all the fruits, along with potatoes, along with corn. The corn grown down there in Mexico is so strong, they said it gives you energy, man. The people that can run the longest without getting tired is down there in Mexico. I forget the name for sure, but Lord's will, if I ever find it, I'll try to make a video on it. You know, if the Spirit's brought to me again.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Can I read that part again?
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Exactly. So when the so-called white man farms, his fruits are not going to be brought up in full strength of the earth. That's a curse that was put on him. Okay? By going all the way back to his forefather Cain. All right? For him killing his brother Abel. All right? But get back in Psalms.
I say this too also. Another main reason why it doesn't bring forth the increase. Brother broke down beautifully. But to mention also the law, statutes, commandments. There's a land Sabbath according to the laws, where you're supposed to work the land for 6 years, and on the 7th year of that land that you're working, you're supposed to not do anything to it and move to another land so that land could be replenished. Okay? But the thing about it is, this society doesn't practice the law, statutes, commandments of the Holy Bible. Especially this government, they'll work the land until death, to where they'll just keep on going and they won't even switch. They'll just work it, and once there's nothing else that can be brought up from that land, they'll just move to another land and do the same thing. Cutting down the rainforest, you know, building malls in these different natural habitats, Okay? They're destroying nature, man, like the brother brought out, man. Ever since the so-called white man came to America, he's been killing America and killing this earth. Look at all these different oil. I forget exactly where the location was, but another oil spill took place. I believe somewhere in California. Come on now. This whole land is polluted, man. By the blood, sweat, and tears. Okay? Especially blood of our forefathers. And also, this land is defiled by all the pollution that goes on. Chemtrails in the air. Okay? Pesticides in the fruit. Come on now. Back to it.
Yeah, kind of Psalms.
This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, so the words of his mouth that came out of his mouth sounded like he wanted peace, like he wanted to become friends, but really in his heart it was war. That's the same thing the so-called white man got on you niggas today. Ain't not changed, you know.